This is Richard back at you guys. You love it when the UPS shows up and FedEx and stuff like that, because here they're always bringing something really cool. So we've been waiting on a few of our Sonex pieces to come in so we can start reaming our pressure regulator valves and stuff like that in the pump stators body. So we've got our reamer. We're still waiting on some fixtures to come in. We've got some of the oversized valves that we've got come in, and we've got some of the factory replacement, or not factory replacement, but it doesn't have to be bored to be installed. So, hey, we love it when these guys show up because we know something's cool is coming in. But anyway, we got, I'm gonna try not to destroy this, but Villages, I'm not sure if that's pronounced right, 2005 Chevy truck in the house with a 6.0 swap, 2-wheel drive, cammed heads, all kinds of crazy stuff. And I mean, it sounds really nice. I mean, really choppy. But what we got here, it looks like a transmission that come out of the wrecking yard. That they put a stall converter in to kind of match the cam and stuff like that. So we got an FTI converter, really good company there. Makes a lot of nice pieces and stuff, valve bodies and all that type of stuff. Actually, we have their valve body and stuff in the Dirty Bird, so really nice company there. But here, you can see here, 2005 Chevy. So this kind of tells me this probably come out of a wrecking yard. So it's the stock unit. I think they did do some tuning on it to try to help it, but it didn't survive. So, well, let's get this thing apart. We got a lot of stuff going on today, so we're just gonna knock it out real quick. Not a lot of talking, just action today. Got a lot of crud down in here. Speed sensor. Did we pull the pan all the way off on this, Cody?
Yes, sir.
We did. Okay. Now we are going to be put some nice pieces back in here, though. So no billet shafts or anything like that, but our Z-Pack, wideband, Corvette servo, you know, all that type of stuff. So. Plus Trent's going to go back in there and look at the tune, straighten the tune out. And I'm telling you, Trent is a genius on the computer, guys. Let me tell you, he's really good, isn't he, Cody? Yes. He's really good. This is stock servo. Like I said, we're going to do some modifications to it because this whole truck sounds good, and I'm sure it runs good with a 6.0 in it. So definitely going to have to take care of it. Now, we do have just barely any type of wear. I can just see a couple of marks, but we had a customer on our channel ask us what causes the stator to wear out. Man, there's a lot of things. One, a bad running motor, a motor that's missing, sitting there just shaking the truck to death, going into lockup with a missing motor, just beats the splines off this. Even if you got a cammed motor that's really choppy, hard on the stator, especially when it goes into lockup at lower speeds, when it's sitting there trying to chop, going down the highway at 1,500 RPM or something, this thing's trying to idle, it just beats the stator up really bad. So that's usually what causes that type of stuff. Excuse me. I mean, you can see here on the stator, it's not really bad. You can just kind of see the markings here, Cody. You see this? Just barely. Starting to see little shiny spots. Still pretty thick. But like I said, the one we did here the other day, it was actually this one right here. I changed the stator on. You can see here, it's almost stripped. This was our early video on our 700 or 4L60 training, so There you go, Cody. I can't smell, but I can see that it smells bad.
Oh, it's stinking.
That old filter just totally stopped up. You know, maybe I don't want to get my smeller back.
It's got a smell.
Has it got a bad smell? Got a decent leakage. So you always want to double seal your pump bolts. Change your little O-ring on here. See how fluid runs out of that bolt right there? So if you get an O-ring that gets hard and starts leaking, you're going to have fluid pressure come right there and leak out there. So not good. We have been busy here at the shop. I mean busy, it's just one after another. Our biggest problem is getting parts, but we're staying up on it, getting them in here, so got some pretty good connections, don't we, Cody? We do. 40 years in the business, we talk to a lot of people. So you got your wiring harness here. Now you want to check it for leaking through here, got any fluid in it. If your solenoid's bad or got any codes, you can cut this off and put a fits-all on the end of here, save your harness. But if it's leaking fluid in the harness, just throw it away. Your new harness will come with a solenoid on it. Now you can cut the solenoid off and save it for, you know, a car lot car or something else. You ain't gonna do that with electric. Ain't happening. Ain't happening. Everybody asks why I quit using electric. It's not that I quit using them, and they work good in oil. I mean, I've drowned them. I've done everything you can do to them, but I mean, they do work pretty good. So you got all your pillow switches here. These can be rebuilt, cleaned up. Your overhaul kit comes with the pieces to do it. Now, of course, we have our lockup valve here, our PWM valve. We're going to be blocking that thing. Get that out of there. Sometimes I get to talking too fast and mixing my words. There we go. We're actually in a hurry today. We've got so much work out there to do, and it's pretty hard to do these videos in between sometimes because everybody wants to see their trannies tore down. So that's what we're trying to accommodate. That way you can see what's going on. So got your lockup valve here, your PWM valve. Now we're going to put a check ball in here, put it all back together, smash it down with a screwdriver. It makes it kind of hard, but you can put your clip right back in and then you're done. I like this system the best because you can do it in 5 seconds. So you always want to check your valves for clean. Please clean the heck out of this. Clean this up really good up in here. It's amazing how much dirt gets in these trannies. How much trash. So you want to Scotch-Brite this up really good. Put your new piston in there, aluminum piston to seal. Pretty nasty. You wouldn't believe what it takes to clean this stuff up. Get quite a few hours in just cleaning. And we have all of our check balls here. And of course this one here always needs attention. This one's one of the worst about beating it through the case. You can put a repair kit, put your metal ball back there. I do a repair kit, put a rubber check ball. That way it just feels better to me. Doing it that way. Your 1-2 accumulator body. Now this is the this is a style I really don't like to use. It works good still, but it's more, takes a lot more to get the piston up to the top of the surface here because it's so deep down in here in the bottom. The second design I like a lot better. So, got your round hole, square hole. Make sure you line your gaskets up on both sides. Round hole, square hole. Valve body, case through the round hole in the plate. Pretty simple. Your fourth gear accumulator piston there, we're going to stack it. Actually, I had one come into that 4L60 we did the other day. Somebody already beat a check ball down in there. And we just leave it in there and stack it anyway, double. And do it that way. You have your shifter linkage here, your detent rod. We also have a check ball down in here. Pretty simple. I think Cody's scared to get close to me. He's scared I'm going to spray him with fluid. Huh, Cody?
No.
You don't trust?
Try not to get in the way.
Get in the way? Heck, you're learning so much too just by doing the videos too, huh?
Yes, sir.
A ton. Like I said, Cody's our body man, paint man. He's got his own body shop and stuff. He does it on the side. He's got a shop at home. He's the one painted the Dirty Bird. And he jumped off into a totally different career, jumping into transmissions, but he wanted to learn them. Loves race cars, right, Cody?
Yep. Can't wait till my time.
Got to have a race car.
I'm ready for them all.
You've been working on yours quite a bit too, haven't you? For a long time, I mean. So you want to look through here really good for any type of wear. Now on this one here, we're going to put a bigger boost valve in. It's a 500 boost valve. I have everything over here that we're going to be putting in. A lot of parts here, wideband, Z-Pack back here, boost valve, Corvette servo, all kinds of stuff. If we need any hard parts, we'll pull them off the shelf too. But we have everything here to do it. So always look down in here where your sealing rings run. If this bushing's wore right here, your input shaft has probably been rubbing down in here. So you want to check that really good. So you can kind of see here, the old converter's been running pretty good in there, huh? Could go a little bit farther, deeper in there. It's been catching about half of the teeth right here. But you could definitely put some washers in there to space that back. So we're going to try to clean his converter up, flush it, and use it back since it is brand new. We're going to try to find the damage in here first and verify that we can still do that though. Pump slide spring, pump slide pin, pivot pin, spring. So we replace all this, comes in a kit. Scotch-Brite this up really good, put your new bushing in there. You can see here the old crankshaft starting to set pretty low in the motor. You still see the babbitt on the bushing right there, but when you get it over here, you start seeing brass on the bottom side of the bushing. Kind of tells me that everything's setting kind of low and rubbing down here pretty hard. We get them in here worse than that, huh, Cody?
Yes.
We get them in there with her. Almost got the bushing spun because of it. Our band anchor. Whew. I would say that's smoked. That band's all the way down to the metal. Look at that.
There ain't no band left.
There's nothing left on that thing. Ooh. Uh-oh. Man, how did they burn reverse up? I gotta get that out of there. Man. Well, you can definitely see here where this drum's no good. You can see here that reverse clutch just dug in here. A groove all the way around it. Normally it's up higher because of the wave plate. The bevel plate usually does it, not so much the clutch plate or the steel. So something's going on in here. Oh, it's cratered. I mean, you don't see that very often there. I mean, this tranny must have had major problems, and he had to make it home or something in reverse. Because you just normally don't see that type of wear on that clutch there. But you have the drum, it's totally wiped plumb out. Even looks like the fingers right here spread it out a little bit on the drum. How they're leaning outward. It's definitely bowed in the middle.
Yep.
You can see it bowed like that, so that's trashed. Of course, our drum's trashed. Right here, that won't ever work. Well, we got our 3/4 clutch trashed. You can see they got the clutches almost cut, the splines here almost cut in a quarter, or 80 thousandths or better off of them right here, see that? Let's see if we can air check that. Remember that last one we did, we couldn't even get it to move nothing. Remember, all the seals were blown and all kinds of stuff. That's going to be the 3/4. It's going to be the one on the end right here. Actually moved, didn't it?
Yep, surprisingly it moved.
It moved, huh? See them down there? I'll do it again. It ain't liking it too much. And this one here. Some of them are holding, actually. Probably got all bonded pistons in it. The one we did that it cut all the seals were aluminum pistons. They weren't bonded. And somebody said in a comment that they never put bonded pistons in a 4L60. Well, actually they did. They put the small piston in the bottom of the drum. Actually, in the later versions were. 6 clutches there, that's a no-no. They say a lot of guys try to run a stock unit and just turn the pressures up beyond what the tranny can handle, and then it just don't work. Because when we get our big vans and our clutches and all that type of stuff, our boost valves, we got to physically go in there and retune it and turn all the pressures down. Of course, you got your forward clutch here burn up. What happened is the filter probably stopped up on this thing too and just started cooking it, because he was going to try to make it home no matter what. You got your forward clutch burn up, you got your reverse clutch burn up, and as far as I know, he don't take this truck to the river. So I don't believe he got it stuck doing it that way, which we've had some snow though, haven't we? He could have. But I don't remember if this thing was in here before the snowstorm or after the snowstorm. Your hardened O-ring. Now normally they have a soft one in here, they have a groove cut for it, but the later version they went to a hard style. Our snap ring. We have our roller bearing hub. Now we've replaced 90% of these two because of the spline wear that they have. You can see those white boxes right there. There's 20 of them sitting there in those boxes. But they wear right through here on both sides of the splines. The next thing you know, this thing's popping back and forth from reverse to drive and stuff like that. So they used to wear here. They re-hardened it, started hardening them here, but they didn't harden it down here, so the problem starts here. But you can kind of see what a new one looks like. How much more wider those teeth are. So check your planet really good on both the gears on both sides. Your sun gear the same way. Change your bushing. Now Sonex does make a wide bushing you can put in here. Help stabilize this gear on the like that. Really nice piece. Your shell, you always want to put a hardened shell in here. Of course our splines are, I got my glasses on, but I gotta look at them. A lot of times the splines wear here or it just breaks this piece off right here. So You know, you'd have thought this reverse clutch in the back of the case had been burned up too. But it's got a wave back here and everything to soften the engagement and stuff too. So you definitely want to check your ring gear here for any type of wear. We see a lot of the wear out here on the edge, where it starts breaking the teeth off right out here on the edges. So that's where you mainly want to check. And of course, we're going to be getting rid of this wave back here, since we know this gentleman's going to be manually shifting it probably at every red light. So we're definitely going to help him out there. So check your planet all the way around, all your gears, check for any pitting, bearing down in here. Check your inner sprag race, put your new white sprag here. If you have to replace this piece, just remember they made two different heights of lips right here. So you start changing parts out, you definitely want to double check on everything like that, because that's when you start getting in trouble, when you start swapping parts. But Cody, you know we always appreciate you videoing, definitely.
Yes, sir.
Try to get you in some of them too, you know that?
Yep.
Definitely. Well guys, don't forget to go subscribe, push that notification bell, and believe me, we got a ton coming. Y'all have a great day.